Have you ever imagined a pickup truck bigger than a school bus, with a truck engine and enough torque to tow an entire house? Well, they exist, and chances are you had no idea. But why don't we see these giants more often on the road? And what can they do that a regular pickup never could? Today, you're going on a real journey through the world of the most colossal pickup trucks ever built. Many of them made for heavy-duty work, others as pure status symbols, an American overkill at its finest. Stick around till the end, because the truck that takes the #1 spot on this list is so insanely massive it's been banned from multiple cities, simply because it won't fit in a regular parking spot.
Chevrolet C30 Crew Cab Long Bed. Released in 1973 by Chevrolet, the C30 Crew Cab Long Bed was one of the first true full-size pickups to offer a real crew cab with room for up to 6 adults and a bed so long it looked endless. Back then, highways were expanding fast across the United States. Rural work was booming, and American farmers needed a truck that could be both a workhorse and a family vehicle. The answer? This beast, which in its long bed version stretched well over 20 feet. Under the hood, this machine packed the legendary 350 cubic inch V8, the iconic 5.7-liter, producing around 155 horsepower and over 265 pounds-feet of torque. For its time, that was more than enough muscle to tow trailers, tractors, boats, you name it. It had a commanding presence, wide front grille, sharp lines, and a road stance that made even semi-trucks give a second glance. Available with rear-wheel or four-wheel drive and built with a reinforced suspension to handle serious loads. With that long bed, it could easily haul over a ton with surprising stability. This truck became a staple on American ranches, and to this day, collectors restore these giants as rolling museum pieces. In fact, a fully restored model recently starred in a period drama series, complete with country soundtrack and lots of muddy trails. And if this old-school legend impresses you already, buckle up. The next one is military-grade brute force on wheels.
Hummer H1 Alpha. This one was born a legend. The Hummer H1 Alpha, released in 2006, was the most extreme civilian version of the military Humvee, originally built for the U.S. Army. But don't be fooled. Even though it was street legal, the H1 Alpha retained nearly all of its battlefield DNA, including its massive footprint. At over 7 feet wide and nearly 16 feet long, the H1 Alpha looked more like a tank on wheels. One look and you knew this wasn't your average pickup. It came with a 6.6-liter turbo diesel V8 pumping out 300 horsepower and a brutal 520 pound-feet of torque, enough to climb hills, ford rivers, and literally handle minefields. It had full-time four-wheel drive, independent suspension all around, high-mounted exhaust, run-flat tires, and an engine growl that sounded like metal chewing metal. This wasn't just a big truck, it dominated the landscape. A few even made it to Brazil, and today it's a sought-after collector's item. Rumor has it, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the first civilian to buy them directly from AM General. And yes, he still owns it, fully camo painted. Think that's extreme? The next one looks sleek and modern, but it's just as massive.
Toyota Tundra Crew Max. The 2022 Toyota Tundra Crew Max is Japan's answer to the American full-size truck obsession. Built in the United States, it arrived with a redesigned look, a spacious cabin, and serious mechanical upgrades. Stretching nearly 20 feet long and over 6.5 feet wide, the Crew Max version has a commanding road presence. Inside, it feels like a luxury SUV, wide seats, premium finishes, and a full digital dashboard. Toyota ditched the traditional V8 in favor of a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6, delivering 389 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque, paired with a 10-speed automatic that keeps things smooth even when towing heavy loads. Top trims come with four-wheel drive, solid rear axle, and coil spring suspension for improved ride quality without sacrificing toughness. It's a popular choice among RV owners, boat haulers, and anyone moving serious weight. And despite its size, the Tundra has built a rock-solid reputation for reliability. Fun fact, the very first Tundra built in the US was put to work inside the factory lot and racked up over 600,000 miles without ever needing the engine opened. The Tundra's big. Wait till you see what Nissan brought to the heavyweight fight. Nissan Titan XD. The Titan XD is what happens when Nissan goes head-to-head with America's biggest pickups. Released in its latest version in 2020, it was built specifically for the US market, where size and strength matter. Over 20 feet long with a bold, squared-off design, the Titan XD lives up to its name. The front is tall, the fenders are wide, and the hood looks like it came off a box truck. Under the hood sits a 5.6-liter gasoline V8 pushing around 400 horsepower and 413 pound-feet of torque, more than enough to compete with Detroit's best. Rear or four-wheel drive options are available, paired with a 9-speed automatic. It has independent front suspension and a reinforced solid rear axle, giving it confident handling both on pavement and off-road. Inside, the Titan XD doesn't disappoint. Spacious seats, upscale materials, a large infotainment screen. It feels like a luxury SUV up front. But don't let the comfort fool you. This truck means business. It can easily haul over 2,000 pounds in the bed and tow up to 12,000 pounds. And that XD? It stands for extra duty, a bold move from Nissan to punch above the half-ton class and compete with heavy-duty American icons. And speaking of icons, the next one is a rolling wall of American steel.
Ram 3500 Heavy Duty. When it comes to raw power on wheels, the Ram 3500 Heavy Duty doesn't ask for permission, it announces its presence. At over 21 feet long and nearly 7 feet tall, the Ram 3500 Heavy Duty looks like a semi-truck dressed as a pickup, yet inside it's pure luxury. Ventilated leather seats, digital dash, and a high-end sound system. The top-tier engine is the 6.7-liter Cummins inline-6 turbo diesel, putting out a massive 420 horsepower and an unbelievable 1,075 pound-feet of torque. Yes, over 1,000. With that kind of torque, it can tow over 37,000 pounds with the right setup. It's available in 4x2 or 4x4 with either a 6 or 8-speed automatic transmission. Rear suspension options include heavy-duty leaf springs or even air ride in premium trims. It's a favorite among ranchers, contractors, and RV haulers across the U.S. You'll see these in Texas pulling million-dollar horse trailers like it's nothing. Still enjoying this ride through giant pickups? Then go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell, because we've still got even more monstrous machines coming your way. Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD. The 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD is an absolute wall of metal on wheels, one of the most extreme trucks Chevy has ever put on the road. This version combines an aggressive design with outrageous dimensions. We're talking about a truck that's over 21 feet long, nearly 7 feet tall, and wide enough to take up most of a country road lane. The bed is massive, and the crew cab has room to spare for full-size adults with plenty of legroom. Powering this beast is a 6.6-liter Duramax turbo diesel V8, cranking out 445 horsepower and a brutal 910 pound-feet of torque. That's more than enough to tow massive trailers, heavy machinery, or even a small construction site. The 4x4 drivetrain, paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission, delivers a surprisingly smooth ride, even under heavy load. The suspension is tuned for serious weight, while still providing decent ride comfort for the driver. Visually, the Silverado 3500 HD is a showstopper. LED headlights, a massive front grille, heavy-duty alloy wheels, and a hood that wouldn't look out of place on a dump truck. This truck is hugely popular in states like Wyoming, where ranchers and contractors need reliable, ultra-tough vehicles to deal with harsh terrain and unpredictable weather. And just to give you an idea of its fan base, there's an annual Silverado owners meetup in the US, and most people roll in towing trailers over 70 feet long. Think that's big? Just wait. The next one is a GMC legend that redefines the meaning of heavy-duty luxury.
GMC Sierra 3500 HD Denali. The GMC Sierra 3500 HD Denali is the ultimate fusion of power and refinement in a full-size pickup. Also released in 2023, it shares its platform with the Silverado 3500 HD, but adds a serious dose of premium design and interior luxury. At over 21 feet long, with sharp design lines and bold chrome accents, the Denali looks as tough as it is elegant. It has a huge signature front grille, LED lighting, and a presence that turns heads even in a lineup of lifted trucks. Under the hood, that same 6.6-liter Duramax V8 turbo diesel, pushing 445 horsepower and 910 pound-feet of torque. But what sets the Denali apart is the smart towing tech, with load-sensing systems that adapt engine output and braking to what you're hauling. It comes standard with 4x4, and the suspension includes high-grade components for a smoother ride even on rough roads. Inside, it's more luxury SUV than work truck. Ventilated and heated leather seats, customizable digital cluster, real wood trim, and acoustic insulation that makes you forget you're driving a one-ton monster. The Denali has become a favorite among business owners, ranch CEOs, and country music stars. One was even customized with air suspension and 30-inch chrome wheels by a famous Texas rapper and used as the tour vehicle. Think that's over the top? Take a deep breath, because what's coming next is a legend in the world of supersized pickups.
Ford F-450 Super Duty. This isn't just a truck, it's a freight train with plates. The 2023 Ford F-450 Super Duty is one of the most overbuilt pickups ever offered to the public. At nearly 23 feet long and more than 8.5 feet wide with mirrors extended, this truck is built to haul, carry, and dominate whatever gets in its way. Power comes from the monstrous 6.7-liter Power Stroke V8 turbo diesel, putting down 475 horsepower and an earth-shaking 1,050 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to tow over 37,000 pounds, the kind of force you'd expect from a commercial-grade rig. It features dual rear wheels, dually full-time 4x4, and a reinforced suspension system with heavy-duty rear leaf springs. The 10-speed automatic transmission is tuned for max torque management. Inside, especially in the Platinum trim, the F-450 feels like a high-end SUV. Premium leather seats with heat and cooling, an oversized touchscreen, luxury trim, and more tech than most new cars. This truck is so massive that in some US states, you'll need a special driver's license to operate it when hauling commercial trailers. Starting to feel like these trucks are out of control? Well, hang on tight. The next two aren't just trucks, they're off-the-chart titans.
Kodiak C4500. Now things are getting serious. The Kodiak C4500, built by Chevrolet in 2006, is the kind of pickup that makes even a water truck look small. Built on a medium-duty truck platform, it's closer to a commercial flatbed than a typical pickup. This giant measures over 23 feet long, nearly 9 feet tall, and the front end looks like it came off a shipyard loader. It was built for work, weight, and sheer presence. Under the hood is the 6.6-liter Duramax turbo diesel V8, delivering around 320 horsepower and 670 pound-feet of torque. Torque that moves literal tons with ease, whether in the bed or on a hitch. Available in 4x2 or 4x4 and paired with a 5-speed Allison automatic transmission, the same used in many commercial haulers. It has an independent front suspension, and the rear uses heavy-duty leaf springs designed to take a beating. Inside, the Kodiak surprises just as much. Elevated dash, big truck controls, wide seating with multi-adjust options, and enough headroom for someone over 6'5" to stretch out. Everything is oversized: the wheel, the switches, even the center console. It feels more like a cockpit than a cabin. The Kodiak became a favorite among celebrities and pro athletes. One customized version was famously owned by Shaquille O'Neal, who needed something big enough to fit his 7-foot frame comfortably. Think that's insane? The next and final truck on the list is the largest and most outrageous pickup ever built.
International CXT. We've reached the top of the list with what can only be described as an automotive anomaly in the best possible way. The International CXT, released in 2004 by Navistar International, holds the title as the largest pickup truck ever built for civilian use. When we say largest, we mean it.
At nearly 30 feet long, 11.5 feet tall, and weighing over 15,000 pounds, the CXT isn't just a pickup, it's a commercial truck with a bed. It's built on the same chassis as the International 7300 series, which is used for construction rigs, fire trucks, and even military applications. The engine? A 7.6-liter inline-six turbo diesel, producing 220 horsepower and an impressive 600 pound-feet of torque. Now that might sound low in horsepower, but this engine is tuned for pure torque, ideal for pulling yachts, loaded trailers, or even mobile homes. It has a 5-speed automatic transmission, full-time 4x4, and a suspension system tough enough for the harshest terrains. And fuel economy? Let's just say if you're buying one of these, fuel is probably the least of your worries. Visually, the CXT is unmatched. The front bumper looks like a wall. The wheels are as tall as the average person, and the cab? It's basically a private bus. Inside, you get full leather seating, a premium sound system, wood trim, a sunroof, and yes, even a fridge. Originally built for ranchers, wealthy collectors, and even special ops law enforcement, the CXT became an icon of excess. Legend has it, one was bought by a Middle Eastern prince, painted in liquid gold, and used to drive across the desert between his palaces. And yes, the UXT is so big it's banned in several cities, simply because it doesn't fit standard traffic lanes or parking spots.
These aren't just trucks, they're steel giants built with diesel, torque, and a whole lot of American muscle. Some were made to work the land, others to dominate the road in style. But they all have one thing in common. They never go unnoticed, in size or in story. So now tell me, which one of these trucks would you park in your garage if size wasn't an issue? Would you go for the brute Kodiak, the refined Sierra Denali, or would you go all in with the International CXT just to see people panic in your rearview mirror? Drop your favorite down in the comments and tell us which one you'd never even heard of until now. And hey, if you love content like this, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon because every week we bring you the most incredible machines ever built, from snow-covered mountains to the most unforgiving deserts. See you in the next video.